next Chaotic Minds. I'm your host, Devontae Ewing, aka DJ Thunderbase, and I am joined today with my co-host.
Hello, guys, girls, and squirrels. My name is Henry Montney, also known as Mayhem the Heart's Mace. Hey, how you guys doing today?
Greetings and salutations. I am Dark Trooper coming from you live from a secret location, aka my couch.
The Supreme Llama Overlord, spit in wisdom. Well, spit in at least.
Damn it, Llama.
That's one.
Starting off strong.
Not really, but whatever.
I'll show
I
you.
mean, like few seconds, like right there, bam, done.
That's the end of the episode. Bye, guys.
That's the whole episode.
Everyone, good night.
But let's get things started off with what we always do. Let's go into our relationships with Mayhem Hearts Mace.
All right. Now, as it comes down to relationship advice, as always, the first thing I always do and state is communication is key. Communication is key to all relationships, friendships, relationships, workships, everything else you'd have to do. You can utilize it in any kind of formality. It's just always good to communicate accordingly. Get your voice heard. If you need to, though, learn how to word yourself correctly so you don't look like a bad person or a asshat, depending on the person. So, when it comes to that, there's also, we're going to talk about yourselves today. When it comes to a relationship, you need to reflect on yourself sometimes. You need to look back and pay attention and go, am I the asshole? Am I? You should always be doing that and checking, seeing if you're the rude one or being disrespectful or anything such as. It's good to talk about those kind of things. Acknowledge and accept and know that sometimes you have a quirk or an issue or a problem that sometimes happens. And if you warn your significant other and or relationship or friends beforehand, they won't react negatively usually. When you do it, for me, it's a rage complex. Sometimes I get mad and just snap. And I go, "Burgity blurg," and I snap and get angry and yell for a moment, and then go back to quiet. Now, I usually warn my friends or people I know that I bit snippy when I need to be when I'm angry, or if I need to get a point across and no one's listening. So you need to acknowledge and understand and know when you might be or may be the bad guy or girl, depending on the person, and not always in a good term of I'm a bad guy, bad girl. No, just you need to know if you're sometimes the one that's causing the issues or problems, and that you need to edit the equation or correct it so you and your significant other can be happy together. Other people, it could be quirks of forgetfulness or breaking things or, just not doing things correctly in certain ways and not listening to the person as they're saying, hey, you're doing this incorrectly, and then you still keep doing it and you're doing it deliberately. You don't need to do that because you don't need to cause animosity in a relationship, especially one that's your friends or others, unless you are your homies and homeboys and we're giving each other shit purposely, because that is a test. That is also to help each other. A lot of people don't understand or know unless they're in a group with guys and they hang out. You'll notice we give each other some hard times, some hardships. We crack a little joke or say something or piss you off purposely. It's to prepare you and strengthen you for when you're out in public amongst others and you get that random person that happens to want to be a person that wants to be an asshat and be disrespectful and talk crap or say something or a rude or snarky remark to you. You know how to rebuttal, to call them out, to correct the error, or to laugh at them or make it worse for them in a funnier way. That's what I do sometimes. Is you say something and be like, oh yeah, you were there, I know. You were the one doing the things and I was the one laughing about it with everybody else. And then they'd be like, oh, nope, too late. You already said that you said something about me, so I'm going to add you into the equation now because the only way you would have known is if you were there. So now you're in it, and now I'm going to make it awkward. And then everybody's going to laugh at you instead of me because I'm calm and mild-mannered and laughing about it. So when you have like homies, they'll crack a joke at you or dog on you about something because they know you have a certain quirk. Learn how to rebuttal that. Learn how to do a mirror force in a way. Or reverse Uno. So on that note, remember to reflect on yourselves. Remember to pay attention to your own little issues, quirks, problems, or says, or habits. If you have a weird or strange habit, check on it. Make sure it's not something that would scare your friends away or anything. And if it does, don't bug them with it. On that note, as anything or anybody would like to talk about anything for relationships or scenarios or ideas that we can period of time.
I actually do. I think the family unit is also a very important thing in a relationship because relationships are built. The first thing you will understand when you start going into relationships is how you is the first people who are going to be in your relationship are people who you're going to live with for most of your life, like your brothers, your sisters, your mom and dad. Those are going to be the linchpin of any relationship that you're going to have in the future. I fortunately have grown up with very loving parents and very loving siblings, and my parents established very early on the concept of unconditional love, meaning that no matter what, I have your back, no matter what. Unconditional love is the pinnacle, the biggest thing in a good, healthy family relationship. Because I love you despite your flaws. That is what unconditional love is.
But here's a rebuttal to that as well. I respect and love that. At the same time, though, know if your family is going to take advantage of you for your unconditional love. Sadly, that does happen, and they will drain or destroy everything about you just for their own personal gain.
That is true.
I've had that happen myself.
Boundaries are for.
The opposites between you and me, what I respect, what I even stated when I've met you and everything, is you did have a great upbringing. You have a great family structure of mother, father, siblings. I had a mother, father, siblings as well, but mine was constant chaos, constant pain and suffering or yelling or screaming or mental or physical or emotional warfare of some sorts. So when it comes to it, my siblings, the difference between us is that I ended up with little honesty and being a dick about things, where my siblings got compulsive lying syndrome from my mother, or my father was more of, I'm going to tell you straight out how it is, and you're going to get hurt from it. And yeah, I learned how to be nice and word things accordingly. It took a while. I thank my wife and my brothers here for correcting me at times so I can better myself, especially as you get older. Now that I have children and everything, you have to be better at that stuff. You got to be better with your swearing, your cussing, and how you talk and how you do things and react. And I've noticed that there's certain habits that I had when I was younger that was from my parents that weren't good, and I fixed those.
But that's the thing. You can still be honest up front and blunt without swearing.
Yeah.
Still get a point across without swearing. I do it all the time.
Oh, yeah. You do it more than most people, actually. You barely ever swear, to be honest. It's a rare thing for you. And when you cuss, to me, it's like, whoa. He really must be mad or something. Swear you to ever actually cuss. Like, the F word is very lack thereof in your vocabulary. And for me, it's usually every few words, which I've been doing everything I can to be better with. But when it comes to unconditional love, I still, yes, love my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, and my adopted brother and sister and everything. I still love them. I will always love them. I'll always care for them. But I know them. I know their personalities, their quirks, their issues, their flaws. and that they're leeches and will take from anything and everything from me and try to destroy me or lie because they've been jealous. Out of all of them, I'm the one that's got on TV. On all of them, I'm the one that got famous and everything. And it wasn't about me. I was just, you have a bucket list. I'm doing the bucket list. I'm never lying to myself. I'm doing who I am. And that is it. And I was successful. And in doing so, they hate me for it. So they'd either lie,
You're genuine.
take my.
Because you're genuine. You're a genuine person.
Well, people take my kindness for a weakness. That's why I became very rough and mean. Thus, mayhem. I'm nice and calm until it's time, and then I explode, and you go, holy crap, and then you go back, oh, he's calm again. That was scary. Like, that's what's holding back every day behind my smile. Be nice. Everybody should be nice because you don't know what's behind that smile. But that codes the common human decency for everybody. We should always be respectful with one another. On that note, unconditional love is a good thing. Yes, just be mindful and weary, even with unconditional love, to your family members because they can and will take advantage of you, depending on the person. Because some aren't raised or don't understand the morals of how you learned. You may have learned it properly, but maybe your sibling didn't. Or there's this cross-reference because they had a different life after separation from the family. I was early on before all of them, on my own at like 17, turning 18. And I was by myself, already like living in a car. So I learned early on. My brother and sister had all the time in the world. But on that note,
it's time for our lore.
Greetings and salutations, my true believers. I thought since it's still the October season, it's almost Halloween. Woo, I figured we should talk about a very famous phenomenon. This particular one, is part of a very large chain that actually spans. The idea of this creature actually spans across the globe. Every culture has their version of this creature, from India to Germany to even America has their version of this creature, and it is called a Dullahan. You would know him better. You would know it better at this is the Irish version of this creature. You would also know him better as the Headless Horseman. Now, like I said, the Dullahan is the Irish version of this creature, which that is the one I'm talking about. Now, I'm not talking about the ones from Germany, not the one from India, because there is one in India.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, like I said, this creature this spans across the globe. And what makes this creature so fascinating is it's not the idea of the Headless Horseman is that in some cultures, when you lose your head, you lose your spirit, because this right here is the identifier of what you are.
also your brain.
In your brain. You're talking. You see through your eyes. You smell through your nose. You talk through your mouth. But without a head, well, how can you do any of that? In this case of the Dullahan, it's actually quite fascinating because in some cultures, the Headless Horseman can be a guardian spirit who only goes after the spirits of the wicked. Only the people who are very wicked indeed. In the case of the Dullahan, he's actually more of a devilish figure, because this creature will go after any person they chose who happens to be out at night, because the Headless Horseman only shows up in the middle of the night, and the Dullahan is this no different. He only shows up during festivals and feasting days, according to the old lore. But in the case of this one, How you can distinguish him is that he's usually wearing black. He is usually riding a black horse who is also headless, or driving a black carriage made out of coffins, tombstones, or bone, with the 6 horses drawing it. What else was there? Sorry, I can't read my handwriting. One comparison. One comparison. Now, in the case of the Dullahan, he does have a head, but it's not attached to his shoulders. He just carries it like a lantern. And how you can tell is that it has very like Joker-esque grin, where it's all the way out with no lips, just all the way like a big wicked grin. Smells like rotting cheese.
Perfect example would probably be like how Bray Wyatt did when he was as the Fiend.
Yes. It smells like rotten cheese. It has a very pale complexion, and its eyes are filled with the evil fires, so it can actually see. What else? There's no lock, no gate, nor anything can stop a Dullahan once it is chosen you as its target. The only thing that can really stop it, ironically, is gold. Solid, precious gold. You throw it in front of it, it turns the horse turns around and runs the opposite way. But that will never stop it, because the Dullahan is in Celtic mythology is a marker of death. They will come and kill you. They will come and take you, no matter what. You can stop it, but you cannot. You can make it go away, but it will not stop. It'll come back the next night and take you. Eventually, it will get its prey. And one fun thing about it, the Dullahan is not just any person who sees the Dullahan who is not its target will immediately go blind, because the Dullahan's weapon of choice is a whip made out of a human spine, and will use it to whip out someone's eyeballs, or just or pour blood into the person, a basin of blood into the person's face, making them go blind permanently. Like, this is not like a temporary blindness. This is permanent blindness. So a lot of the old stories is actually a story of a guy who live in Ireland who actually remembers the old tale. Who's driving home, his all of the electronics in his tractor went out. He remembered the old tales because he started hearing the clapping of hooves behind him. He immediately closed his eyes and just stopped until he heard the hooves go away, and then he opened it because he remembered the old tales. What else is there? The Dullahan cannot speak unless it's speaking the name of its target. Now, like I said, one comparison is in a story called Sleepy Hollow. Many people have heard this. It's been made into movies, into video games. Even Disney made an adaptation of this book. And it's one of their more famous tales. The headless horseman in the Sleepy Hollow is actually a revolutionary soldier from the enemy who lost his head in one of the battles. He was a Hessian. He was a Hessian soldier who lost his head in like the beginning of the battle, and that pretty much, because it's a Dutch colony, and that's pretty much been stuck into the psyche of the area. So even nowadays, you can still see him wandering around in certain times of day, in a certain way. You can see him.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating. And that's pretty much it. Do you have any questions?
The history of him has been around forever, and a lot of people don't realize that some of those curses do exist.
Mm-hmm.
This is certain things you don't formality, especially because how in the world would it have been spread around the world in different stories? There's so many different things like this that have happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the one video I listened to today was about it. is because it's not the Headless Horseman is a representation of our collective unknown of what is happening after death, or what is our comprehension of death. Because the Headless Horseman in Letty cultures, if you lose your head, you lose your identity. If you in a lot of soldiers, they get just tossed into a big old pit and then thrown dirt on top of each other. That's
And
also
they're never seen again.
a representation of what happens. If you don't get a marked grave, you just don't exist anymore, and then your spirit just wanders.
The only way they would have known is if your head laid next to your body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And in the case of the revolutionary, in the case of the Hessian who lost his head, he got hit by a cannonball. So that's like his head's gone. It was obliterated because it got hit by a cannonball with a massive amount of kinetic energy, which if it would just obliterate his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't exist anymore. Insta exploding to the brain is actually a very bad death for the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It needs time to release. Unless it's been released prior, which that's kind of like the show Dead Like Me. I love about the concept that death walkers do exist in that manner. It's just interesting and creepy when they sometimes fail.
And if you want to see a modernized version, this is not sponsored, but if you want to see a modernized version of what Japan thinks a Dullahan is, watch Durarara.
Yes, we don't do sponsors until they start paying us, but hey, we do have sponsors if they ever do show up or contact us properly.
I'll give you $5 to sponsor me.
And we will not be using our faces for anything without royalties.
What if I am royalty?
Damn it, Llama. And I think it's time for a bit of
Celebrity.
It is time for celebrity birthdays. And we are going to be starting off today on October 2nd with Mahatma Gandhi from 1869 to 1948. Wow.
Very famous activist.
Yes.
He fought the caste system, which is any person who knows what the caste system is, was a system of government where if you were born into a specific sect, irregardless of irregardless of where you go, you were always going to be in that particular area. So if you were born poor, you were always going to be poor, no matter what.
That's messed up.
Yeah, it's stupid. Because it did.
There's a lot of countries that follow that still.
All right, we're going to do with another one. John Morris, 41, movie actor. What did you do some movies? The Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay.
How about Sting, from a rock singer, 74 years old. He's famous for he's a multi-instrumentalist and singer for the Police, known as Don't Stand Too Close to Me.
How about this? Ian McNeice, the movie actor, is 74.
I remember him. I saw him in Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
He played Winston Churchill. He actually was very good at it.
He also played Harcourt in Edge of Darkness. And he also was in Ace Ventura.
As what?
Ventura.
How about John Morris, a movie actor?
Just
41.
did that one. That's the one
What
that
about
Henry did.
Oh,
Roberto Firmino, a 34 soccer player?
Ooh, how about this? John Bennett, voice actor, 63. He's the voice of Johnny Bravo.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Look at my pecs.
Actually,
Hey, brother.
Whoa, mama. And
Listen to that dog. Look at that. Listen to them dogs drinking water.
here we go, novelist Graham Jean from 1904 to 1991.
nice.
Book I read of his was The Third Man.
All right, we'll do one more, and then we're going to shift over to. You said the third.
Next will be the third, yeah.
All right, got Tommy Lee, a 63 drummer.
Very sad what happened to him. He married. He was a. I think he gave Pamela Anderson. Didn't she give her? He gave her something. I don't know what it was.
He gave her an STD or something.
Yeah, I believe it wasn't a very bad STD, like the incurable kind.
Yep.
How about Sheen William Scott, movie actor, 49. He's famous for An American Pie and Evolution. He's a comedian.
Yep, he was Stifler.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go with Lena Headey, 52, TV actress.
She was, I believe, she was also the villain in the recent Dredd movie.
She was in Game of Thrones. She was in The Purge. She was in 300. Yeah, I think she was the. Yeah, she was Mama in Judge Dredd.
She was in both 300s.
Yeah.
How about this? Keiko Agena. She is best known as her role Lane Kim from Gilmore Girls.
I'll be right back.
She also was in Aiko First, or it was in the first as Aiko Hakari, and had roles in Scandal and Shameless. She is turning 52.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one. Pop singer Chubby Checker, 84. He's the one that came up with the twist.
Yeah, I don't want to. Let's see what chaos.
All right, let's do one more before we go to the fourth.
I'm just gonna go to the fourth.
Oh, the fourth it is.
Okay, how about this? For the last one on the third, Sean William Scott.
We already did that one.
Oh, we did? Okay.
The fourth it is.
I'd rather plead the
Anna
fifth.
Johnson, 36, movie actress.
How about Sarah? How about Susan Sarandon?
Sarandon.
79. She was in a third Louise. One of her most breakout characters is playing Jane in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
All right, got a Rich Homie Kwan, 1986 to 2024, rapper. Sorry you passed, buddy.
How about Bill Frankenberg, TV actor? His most iconic role is playing Patrick Star in SpongeBob SquarePants. He was also the father in Marshall's father in How I Met Your Mother.
Did we get Susan Sidestrand? Yep.
Yes, we did.
All right. Oh, well, there we go.
How about this? Ned Luke. He's a voice actor. He's turned 67. He's best known as Michael DeSanta from Grand Theft Auto 5.
I got one.
Dude actually looks a bit like Michael DeSanta, too.
Well,
Here's one. Christoph Wise, 69. Giggity. He plays in many roles. He's actually played in Incurable Bastards, Inglorious Bastards, and Django Unchained.
All right, got a Levi Scheinberg, 58, movie actor. Guy played a Sabretooth.
He still looks like Sabretooth.
Yeah. I liked him.
How about this? TV actress Melissa Benoist, 37. She played Marley Rose in Glee.
Emperor Xuanzang of Tang. Sorry, did I interrupt you?
I was also going to say she's also Supergirl.
Sorry about that. I'm a little tired. It's
Oh, you're
been a
good.
long day.
You're good.
Emperor Xuanzang of Tang, born 685, died in 762. Chinese emperor of the Tang dynasty, notable for cultural achievements and later political turmoil.
Do we get the Ruther B. Hayes?
No, you could do him.
Oh dear.
Rutherford B. Hayes.
Yes. Worst reading ever. 1822 to 1893, U.S. president.
He is the 19th U.S. president.
Yep.
Did we already get Charles Carlton Heston?
No.
Nope, go for it. And then we're going to go on the 5th right after that.
Okay, he's the star from Planet of the Apes. He was born October 4th, 1923, died April 5th, 2008 at the age of 84. And he was actually from Michigan.
Wow.
Oh, wow. We have another president on the 5th.
All right. We're first going to go with Bernie Mac, 1957 to 2008 TV actor. He literally died, I think it was a heart attack and then also partial pneumonia. Can't remember exactly. All right, now who's next?
I'll do it. Chester A. Arthur, born October 5th, 1829, died November 18th, 1886. He was the 21st president of the United States following the assassination of James A. Garfield. In fact, the funny thing about that is the guy who assassinated Garfield actually asked President Arthur to pardon him because he killed him so that he could become president. And you know what he said? No.
How about no?
Of course, the guy. No, let me just put this out there. The guy was a freaking nut. This guy was so is unlikable. He got kicked out of a sex cult twice.
Oh, jeez.
Llama, are you related to this guy?
No, hold on. No. What's really funny about that, I was just sitting here thinking, like, yeah, no, my eldest brother does magic, and he got hired by a swinger party to perform. And I was like, they hire entertainment for that? But like that was like going through my mind as he was like talking about all that.
Yeah, didn't you know they pulled the long cloth out of the coochie?
Damn it, Llama.
I think that one's more of a damn it Dark Trooper.
It was a bit of both. You both played into it.
How about this? Phil Cornwell, 68. He is best known from Dead Ringers, but he is also the voice of Murdoch from Gorillaz.
Nice. You guys get Jesse Eisenberg, 42, movie actor. Also, he played like Lex Luthor, but he just didn't play a good Lex Luthor. Nothing against the dude. A Joker would have been great. Riddler, yes, definitely. Lex Luthor. Oh,
How about Neil deGrasse Harris? Neil deGrasse Tyson, 69, astrophysicist. He's the one who demoted
Tyson. Neil deGrasse.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He demoted Pluto.
oh, you know what? We need to talk, Tyson.
Well, no, he didn't.
Like Mike Tyson, or what's up?
Emotion when it actually fits Pluto's proper or its proper classification now, because they did find other Pluto-like dwarf planets out there in the Kuiper Belt. Not to mention, we do also have a dwarf planet living within the asteroid belt.
And it has an ocean. It's just frozen over, but there's an ocean under it. Like they've explained and like all this stuff. It's not just a rock.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff, like Mars, is actually a lot brighter than they say it is. It's not just red. They put a filter over it.
Yeah, it's orange too.
How about
Damn it,
this?
Mama.
Star from the 2000s film Memento, Guy Pearce. It's 58.
All right, let's do one more before we shift over.
What are we shifting over to?
The 5th.
6th. We're on the 5th right now.
Wait, when do I get a 5th?
Damn it, Llama.
You can put some pants on and go wander down to the store and get a 5th yourself.
Wait, why would I need to put on pants for that?
Oh, no.
Fine, go get arrested. See if I care.
All right, let's do one more before we shift over to the 6th, which I think...
It's not like anybody would see anything if I didn't put on pants.
I'm going to cry.
Oh, anyway. How about this? How about Natalie Kelly? She was the one from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. The one that played Mia.
Nice. All right, and we'll shift over to the 6th now.
Okay, I got one. The house of. How about Vanessa Ann Williams, movie actress, 21. She plays Rose Ralpha Portis. I'm not gonna try that last name. In The House of the Clock in its wall. I think it's a horror movie.
Interesting. All right, we got
no, fantasy.
Matt Cornett, 27, TV actor. Schoolhouse Musicals. That's where I see him from. Belly and the Bulldogs and Game Sharks.
Wow, that is a fearsome mullet.
All right, who's next?
Okay, I just had to do a double take on this one. Ari Abdul, pop singer. She's 24. She's known for Baby Doll and Stay.
Wow, haven't heard anything since.
I had to do a double take because with that last name, it made me think, is she Paula's daughter or something?
Right. Oh, we got one right here. Little Drakey, 27, rapper.
Dude must be a player. He's got a lot of kiss marks on him.
Right. I was looking at that too, going, wow. Got Brett Gelman, 49, TV actor. Seen him in quite a few things, actually. Yep, Stranger Things, Fleabag, Love.
This picture doesn't even look real. Jeff Nippard, 35, YouTube star.
Maybe? I don't know.
He's a professional bodybuilder.
Okay, then yeah, that's his body.
Hmm.
The question is it natural?
I doubt it.
Because I pissed off a lot of people when I used to bodybuild, and mine was all natural. They tested me and everything. They're like, he doesn't have anything in the system. I'm clean because I never liked that shit. Plus, actually allergic to steroids. I puked my brains out if I ever had touched anything that was medical.
I mean, I wouldn't say clean. I've seen your feet.
I like to walk barefoot.
I know you're wanting to say.
Damn it, llama. Wolf needs to punt the llama and have a funny little oh shit moment. Throw a slipper at you.
Just you wait, llama. He's going to be living with you, and he's going to come down there and smack you in the head.
No, we're going to be working in studio together.
So, what you going to smack me in the head with?
She's the original Pink Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, one of my first crushes.
I was more of a trainee, personally.
She played Kimberly Ann Hart from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Trini died.
Yeah, she did. And damn it.
But it didn't stop me from having a crush on her as a kid.
Yeah.
Necrophiliac.
I still have their collectible Transformer Morpher.
Oh, God, I remember those.
I used to have the blue one, but I got rid of it.
Helmet and flipped to their face, and it was her face.
Oh, almost forgot about this guy, Roshan Pagan.
I'm not saying his.
He is from Shake It Up. He is a Disney star. He also appeared in Camp Rock as well.
All right, let's go to October 7th.
I will say this just because I don't want to get assassinated. Happy birthday, Vladimir Putin.
I was going to refuse to say it. You said it. It's fine.
Totally repulsive. Happy birthday, Simon Cowell.
I'm pretty.
What about Luis Capalido? Liddy? Wow. I cannot say that name.
Louis Capaldi.
How about Sean?
He's a Scottish pop singer.
I need to stop looking at him. He has this weird face.
How about Sean Ashmore?
Sorry.
46. He's actually been in some video games. He was the main protagonist in what was it? Time Fortress or something? Oh, no, Quantum. It's like this Quantum game. Because what made it fascinating is they cut in actual live action scenes between the chapters of the game, which you can't play it now, which drives me nuts. He played Iceman as well as the sheriff in Alan Wake 2.
All right.
How about Aaron Ashmore? He's 46. He played Jimmy Olsen in Smallville. He also is Steve Jinx in Warehouse 13.
I wonder if they're related.
I got Lulu Wilson, 20, movie actress. Origin of Evil. Wow, yeah, she played all the stuff, the horror stuff. I could not hang out with her. I don't hang out with the super horror creepos. I can't do that anymore.
I'm gonna butcher this next name. Gaius Suetonius Traquinius, Roman historian best known for the 12 Caesars, chronicling the lives of the first Roman emperors. Born 69 AD, died 122 AD.
Well, damn.
Ooh, I got this one. Classical and cello king Yo-Yo Ma.
I was just going to get to that guy.
I worked with a guy. His name's Will. He was a huge Yo-Yo Ma fan, and I was in a band with him. And dude's an amazing cellist himself, but I still say no one can stand up to Yo-Yo Ma, and that's even saying two cellos.
All right, let's do a couple more before we shift to the 8th. I've got Daniel Baker, 66, movie actor. I've seen him in a lot of different things. Oh, yeah, Spider-Man 2 as well.
You mean Dylan Baker?
Yeah, I can't read.
Hey,
right.
Henry, I found a new icon.
Damn it, Llama. What the hell?
How about this? Allison Munn. She's the one that played Caroline in that 70s show.
Wow, she's 51. She does not look 51.
You know she doesn't.
Man, I got that song stuck in my head.
All
Sweet
right.
Caroline.
Son of a hook. Damn it, Llama. Oh, all right.
Hey, if I have to have it stuck in my head, so do you.
It's never going to leave.
Never gonna give you up. Never
I
gonna
would
let you down.
Rick roll. I'll Rick roll any day, damn it.
I don't mind Rick Rolls. That's actually a good song.
Yeah, I will literally listen to that song on repeat every time anybody's ever
I'm
Rick rolled.
telling you, we need to do that in a D&D campaign where you have one of our characters,
Sweet Caroline.
where we just see our characters just look on an H. It's like Rick runs, like everyone's no, and then you start doing the Rick roll.
I got it. The Purple People Bard.
All right, let's do one more, and then I'm going to shift over to the 8th.
Okay. How about Claire Skinner? 60 years old. She's Sue from Outnumbered, the sitcom. She.
All right. Now we're going to start the 8th, which is today.
I
Matt
got
Damon,
one.
55, movie actor.
I got one. R.L. Stein. Young. He's an author. He is the famous author who wrote Goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
I love Goosebumps as a kid.
How about this? Bruno Mars, 40. Wow.
Ooh, I got one.
Oh, he's that
Tony
young?
Weaver.
Yeah.
She's most iconic for her being in Ghostbusters 1 and 2, the original, and the Avatar, and Aliens.
Ooh.
And
Oh,
more fun, Galaxy Quest.
I think I might actually have found one you guys might recognize. Hypatia of Alexandria. Born 360 AD, died in 415. Philosopher, mathematician, and astronomer in Roman Egypt.
Oh, wow.
How about this? Ian Hart, 61. He is Professor Quirrell in Harry Potter.
How about Chevy Chase, 82? He first started off in as an SNL guy, and he eventually
That sounds
became.
kinky.
And one of his most iconic ones is being the National Lampoon Vacation guy.
I love watching those. They're so fun. I'm a big
Exactly.
National Lampoon guy.
Ooh.
Got Sigourney Weaver, 76, movie actress. I'm a big fan of hers.
How about this? Mike Mazzano, a.k.a. The Miz. He's 45.
Wow.
Did we do Matt Damon?
Yes, that was the first.
Matt Damon.
To be honest, I don't know what to think about The Miz. He can be quite annoying.
That's his personality.
Yeah.
I liked him in Zero Theorem. How about Nick Cannon, 45? He's now the he's a rapper and TV star, but he's now the host of Wild 'N Out.
Wait,
He also was the main character for Drumline.
Yes.
Yeah, probably not. All right, do one more and then we'll wrap it up for the birthdays. We've got here we go. Young Jin Ha. 20
Yeah, that sounds fast.
pop singer. Yeah, I can't say it. I know.
sorry, what was that name again?
You son of a damn it, Llama. Young Jin Ha.
Young Jin Ha, 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 Young Jin Ha,
I said fast.
Youngie high, Youngie high, Youngie high, Youngie high, Youngie high. God damn it! Like I don't think I messed up, but I just couldn't keep it going at that point.
It's pronounced Yoonji Ho.
Wow, we all got it wrong.
Well, I was repeating what he said. I didn't see the spelling. That's not my fault. I blame Henry.
Have to read things 10 times to get him correct.
Yeah, I wasn't even reading it.
Once I do, I good. But
oh god,
time crap.
We would have got there eventually. Okay, how do you say it properly? If I could say that 10 times fast.
Yoonji Ho.
Yoonji Ho.
Yoonjin Ho.
Eugene Ho. I can't even fucking say it slow. It's not going to happen.
Anyway, thank you all for that's it for us tonight for celebrity birthdays. Please, we do appreciate any person we didn't get to. We also wish you all a happy birthday as well, even if we didn't say it on here.
Yes, we wish all celebrities and everyone who has a birthday within this past week. We wish you all a happy birthday, and we will look forward to getting to all of the next ones next week. But now it is time to get on to our safety tips and scam protection.
So, first thing of safety before anything, guys, always lock your doors when you leave. Never, ever, ever just leave them unlocked. I don't care who you are, what you do, when you live in your life. I don't. I always carry my keys on me. I do not ever leave a door like unlocked when I leave. I just lock. For safety tips and scammers, be mindful when you are getting strange emails or if you're getting strange text messages or phone calls. There's a lot of scammers out there, so beware. They will try to get certain information, numbers, lingos, personal stuff. And they'll try to hack and steal everything you have. Always double check your emails. Don't just click on every random thing. Got to learn how to report things as well, or block them and such. I report probably 10 times a day, and it's really annoying. It just wastes my time. I got other things to do. But anything else for you guys for scamming and or things that you don't want to protect against when it comes to
let's see. Don't take any wooden nickels. Look where you're walking. Don't step on your mother's. Don't step on a crack. You'll break your mother's back.
But if you step on a line, you'll break your father's spine.
Yeah.
But on a more serious note, if you get a phone call and somebody's claiming to be from your bank, like even if it actually is your bank calling you, don't give them any information. Just hang up the phone and then call the number yourself, because people can spoof phone numbers as well. Like it could easily say that your bank is calling you, but it could be somebody spoofing a number. It's a lot of people can do it. It's not hard to do. Just don't give out your personal information to somebody who calls you. Always call your financial institution yourself or whatever other place may be calling you to verify, because they need to verify who you are, but there's no way for you to verify who they are. So other than by you calling the number yourself.
Let's see. What do I have today?
The counterpoint was just, damn it, llama.
Damn it, llama. That is...
What did you guys think? I did not have legitimate safety advice? Like, don't cut off semi trucks either.
Not that.
Like, dear God, like,
oh, no. That's the thing. Don't piss off a semi truck.
Do not go up to animals that you do not have 100% accuracy that they are safe to do. If they are with an owner, ask them first before you go and pet the dog. Because
and always remember, let that dog sniff the back of your hand before ever going and petting it.
Yep.
Yep. Just remember, let Dark Trooper sniff the back of your hand before you pet him.
Damn it, Llama.
But I just want to stroke his beard.
Get your own beard.
I do have a beard. I just want to stroke yours though.
That's how you lose fingers.
I mean, that beard looks majestic. Might be worth it.
It's so majestic. I mean, on that note for safety, also using glue, be mindful it has fumes, and you could stick your finger to something, or your other fingers, or your hand. Don't do that.
Balls.
And it's not fun. And it's not fun to go to the hospital and having to do this. By the way, can you fix this?
Yeah, I want to be able to do live long and prosper.
I just peel it off, and it hurts, but
Well, unfortunately, the only other way to get it out without going to the hospital is acetone.
yeah,
And that's not fun to put on your skin.
no.
Just dump out. Just put your hand in a gallon of like nail polish remover.
That's what acetone is. It's nail polish remover.
I know. That's
It's
why I
just
said it.
But on that note, I believe that will be it for safety and scammer tips to make sure you protect yourself from scammers and be mindful of your surroundings so you don't get harmed or hurt. Don't be looking at your phone all the time before going into an area. You don't want to get ran over or squished.
And always
Crunch, crunch.
For Warhammer.
Wah!
Greetings and salutations. By the will of the God Emperor and with the permission of the Holy Inquisition, I am allowed to tell you this information. I really don't like this Primarch. Nobody likes this Primarch. He is an asshole, above all assholes. We are going to talk about Sai, the Primarch of the 17th Legion. Notice from my tone that I am not thrilled about this. Logar Aurelia. The guy is an asshole. End of story. No, I was kidding.
please.
Logar Aurelia is the Primarch of the Word Bearers. Was found on the planet of Colchis. If I'm saying this right. He was found by a tribe, by a nomadic tribe called the Descendants, who named him Logar, and it means rain caller. This planet is very faithful in the old ways, which is the Chaos Gods. They are very They worship them on this planet, and Logar learned all about worship and religion on this planet from a guy called Corferon, who eventually would make him his own disciple, and then murder all the guys who took him in the first time. Nice guy. Anyway, and for many years, Corferon would abuse the shit out of him because he knew that Logar was something special. He didn't realize how special he was. He just knew he was. And for many years, in fact, Logar would actually save Corferon from assassination, from a mutiny. By doing so, he stopped abusing him, and then Logar would descend into Corferon's own strategy called the Covenant, who would eventually have his own followers called the Godsworn, who would fight many battles together. But because of his popularity, he would achieve greatness amongst all the tribes. He would unify all the cities under the covenant, and he would get his own period called the God Sworn. He then would continue to fight, and then gathering more to himself. Eventually, Koferan, a bunch of descenders amongst in the covenant would turn against him because he started having visions of a what was it
Hooker.
of a mighty warrior in shining bronze armor, as well as a one-eyed red giant with a blue toga. He was having visions of the emperor and Magnus the Red. He didn't know it at the time, but he did. Eventually, he would eventually have to fight and take over the whole. It called it would actually drive a wedge in the covenant and start the schism war, which divided between the ones who fought the old ways and the new one, and the ones of the Godsworn who fought for the emperor before they knew he was the emperor. He eventually would meet the emperor, and as soon as he meets him, he kneels down and says, and worships him as a god. For many years, he trains his sons to worship the emperor as a god. Eventually, the god, because of the slow pace of the word bearer's compliance, as well as him finding out that he is being worshipped as a god, the emperor would censor the censor the word bearers in Logar by burning one of his precious cities they would call the perfect city to the ground. Using the ultramarines, they burned it to the ground and made them watch as they did it. He using his psychic talents, he then scolded not only Logar but all of the word bearers that he is not a god. He believes in reason and science, not in supernatural. This would humiliate not only Logar and his word bearers, not only humiliate them, but this would also plant a seed of anger and mistrust. Afterwards, after the raising of his city, Logar would make a pilgrimage to the Eye of Terror. He's actually the one who discovers the one of the most famous planets in the Imperium, who eventually would be known as Cadia. With all their purple eye, they worship the Eye of Terror and their denizens. But Logar, standing amongst them, learns their secrets and then destroys everybody so that nobody but him knows all their secrets. He eventually would make a pilgrimage into the Eye of Terror with a guide of a Eldar witch. As he was also he sacrificed 5 custodies to do so, which is a big thing. He then would leave the Eye of Terror, and at this time, this is when the Horus era. He is actually the architect. Well, Horus was the face of the rebellion. Logar was the architect. He is the one who sent Erebus to persuade Horus to go traitor. He is the one who made Angron into a demon Primarch. He is the one who showed Magnus the ways of the old gods. He is the one who persuaded Fulgrim, who helped Fulgrim become a demon prince as well. He's basically responsible for everything that happened during the Horus Heresy. He eventually viewed Horus as too weak to be the herald of the gods, and would actually try to kill him. Horus, being the better combatant than Logar, beat the shit out of him and told him to go away. And he did. But during the drop site massacre, he almost died. Logar almost dies several times during the Horus Heresy because he's not a combatant. He gets his ass kicked by Korax on Ispan 5, only being saved by Conrad. He gets his butt kicked by Gilliman on Kothic before Angron turns into a demon Primarch. He gets his butt kicked by Horus for being a cheeky bastard. And now that he's a demon Primarch as well, because he also ascended, he gets his butt kicked by Korax again, the demon version of Korax. And as he was running away like a scared little bitch boy that he is, Korax literally yells at him as on the portal, slamming against the shield that's keeping him away, saying, "I have your scent. I will hunt you down." And that's all that we know about. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because I hate Logar so much.
So he was the champion of losers.
Yeah, pretty much. He is responsible for. He wrote a thing called the Lomius Divinitatis, which is the holy text of that would eventually become the Imperial Creed. So he basically wrote the entirety of the Imperial Creed for the Imperial religion. And you find that out in a book in the Conqueror series called, I forget which one it was. It was the one I forget. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Logar, I hate Logar. He's an asshole. I'm done with him.
But the question is he an asshole?
He is an asshole. Very much so. He's the whole reason why the Abhorrence Heresy happened.
Damn it, Llama. You just made him go in a loop on purpose, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah.
You guys got any questions?
Makes me want to play Warhammer right now. But speaking of games.
Orgy time?
It's game time.
Game on.
I am so pissed at Microsoft right now.
Oh, and why is that?
Well, for one thing, they raised their prices for their Ultimate by 50% and now make it from $20 a month to $30 a month. And it pissed off so many people that they literally crashed their cancellation site. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, do they not realize and understand how expensive things are right now?
Not only that, but they're also what else were they doing? They were doing also something stupid as well. I forget what it was.
I mean, isn't that the normal standard for them?
Yeah, but it's just like
it's like when they lied to us saying they want to do cross-platform 20 years ago, and they didn't start doing it until recently, and it was actually you had the paywall behind it. It's so stupid. Me recently though, my wife got me a game that I've been wanting really bad. It was Metroid Prime Remastered for the Switch, and I'm playing the hell out of that. My daughter got to witness me play it, and she just thought it was really cool. Like, oh look, and I was like, yeah. It's like, and she's like, you got gun, and then I turn into a ball, and she's like, ball. And I'm like, ball. It's great, and just rolling around, exploding and blasting everything, and showing her the first boss, and scaring the hell out of my kids. And my wife was just laughing. I love that game. That's actually the first game that made me like first-person shooters. I hated first-person shooters until that game. I was good at them. I just didn't like them. Then I played this game, and it made me feel like I was in the suit and moving around, and I'm experiencing and exploring a whole world. And I got this cool, like, like armor that can protect me and a weapon for now. Great experience, especially if you desensitize yourself everywhere else, like turn the lights off and everything else, and you just sit by the TV within a certain distance and have the controller positioned a certain way, and you just feel like you're in the suit.
Bet you position it a certain way.
Damn it, Llama. It was before VR. VR, you can do it. Oh, man, VR Metroid Prime would be really cool.
I have VR.
But does it have Metroid Prime?
That's what we have to find out. We have to find out if there is a game that does Metroid VR.
Because that would be... Here's the hard part, the ball part.
I bet we all know what the hard part is for you right now.
Damn it, Llama. I'm going to beat you with it if I can.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Not the first time.
Or the second.
Oh, damn. Damn it, Llama. Oh, it got me on that one. Got me. Okay. By the way, other games, like I play a lot of Gundam games. I got one on the Switch, just can't stop playing. But I haven't played too much lately because life. What other games do you guys like or enjoy out there? And
I enjoy playing that.
I'm currently playing Fallout New Vegas, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm currently exploring, gathering experience, and thinking about doing one of the DLCs just for funsies.
I've only played that one and beat it once. And that was
I beat it all the time.
Damn it, Llama.
I actually recently today I just purchased a new game called like the new old game that I had before. I had an unfortunate accident that lost all my stuff, so I had to buy all new stuff. I actually just repurchased it. It's called Metro Exodus, which I personally love the Metro series. I tried reading the books, but it's written by Russians. It's written by a Russian author, and it's so incredibly depressing. It's a very Russian.
It was my life, but I still have it.
Damn it, Llama.
Anyway, if for all those who don't know, the Metro series takes place in Moscow, where after a nuclear fallout, they don't really specify what happened, how the nuclear fallout happened. And they assume it's war. I assume it's a war because of reasons. It was forced all of the population of Moscow underground into the metro system, and they've been there for quite a while. They do scavenge and they do go up above the surface, but it's basically a radioactive radioactive winter hellhole full of monsters.
You said it takes place in Russia?
Yeah. It takes place in Moscow. No, the first two take place in Moscow. The second one...
I got an idea as to what might have happened then to cause the fallout. The Tsar Bomba.
Yeah, that's probably it. I don't... They don't
largest nuclear bomb ever created.
They don't actually specify. That's the thing. But it's possible.
It's just because it's Russia. Russia was the one that made the Tsar Bomba.
We have many bombs. We don't know where they all are, but we have many bombs.
What makes it fun is you actually have to fight communists. You have to fight fascists. You have to fight ravenous beasts who want to eat your face.
Yeah, that's Russia.
Yeah, like you pretty much just like described Russia to us.
It's a very. I really enjoy it because there is no like. In the first one, it's pretty straightforward, but it's like as you get through the other two games, you have to make moral choices, and it's very.
That's
good.
not Russia. No, I'm kidding.
Like you have to fight communists. That's what's fun about it.
Something seems off about that.
I like playing Black Ops. I enjoy
play the new one.
I didn't care for any of the new ones. I like the old ones. Black Ops 2 is my jam. I'll play that one any day.
I have not heard good things about the new one, honestly. From what I've
I
heard,
mainly like the
it
zombies.
doesn't look like it's going to be good.
I stopped after Advanced Warfare. Like I played 1, loved it, 2, loved it, and then Advanced Warfare was like, yeah, it's my last purchase of Black Ops.
I actually kind of enjoyed the first 2 of the newer ones, the Modern Warfare, the new ones.
Oh, I do not like the remakes of those. No.
I like. I mostly play it for the story. I mostly play it for the story.
They already had 3 Modern Warfares out already that were golden. And it's like they tried to revamp it and it didn't work.
It did kind of work for the first 2, but the third one just like went because they tried to do what Battlefront 1 did, which is make it. Oh yeah, you get to play it as the game in the as a single player in the multiplayer. It's just like, why? You guys have been making great content, great campaign stories. Why not just continue that? It's just like,
they should have just went with something a different name at least, other than Modern Warfare, because, like I said, they already had 3 versions of Modern Warfare out already.
The new Call of Duty, Modern Welfare.
It's
Damn it, Llama. That was a good one. I just thought about that. A whole game just built in my head about this. Just the second you said that, I'm like, wow. You can actually make that into a game.
Just fucking people and going through the bureaucracy of it all.
I agree. The thing with Call of Duty is that they don't take their time anymore. They don't put out a new one every year. It's just like they've been doing that for years. And
Why do you think I like the old ones?
Stale.
Me and Zento play the old ones, and like I'll play zombies any day of the old one, or I'll play just us versus some bots.
You just want to play as Kennedy.
No, I don't care who I play as. I actually think it's funny playing as Kennedy and Nixon, and they both start arguing.
I did love that cutscene when they had Castro, Nixon, what was that one guy, and Kennedy. I can't remember the third guy was. The fourth guy was. I think it was Newt Gingrich. And they're just sitting around a table smoking cigars, and it's just laughing it up and drinking. It's like
there's a glitch in that where you can jump on top of the tables, and they can't get to you, and you can just sit there and fire from there. And we exploited the hell out of that for the longest time, and get to like wave freaking, I don't know, like 80, 90 just over and over again. But we spent hours. I mean, like 10 hours.
I have
some zombies now
for something like that.
I can't do that anymore. I don't have time. I
only played Call of Duty for the campaign, and then once I played it once or twice, and then I'm like, I'm done with that game.
The longest I sit is for podcasts and for D&D, and that's it. The rest of the time, I'm on my feet doing everything. I'm barely ever off my feet.
That's why they're so dirty.
Damn it, Llama. Anything else you guys want to talk about for games before we shift over to the next segment?
What is the next segment?
Pinnacle.
Final segment.
Oh, actually, you know what? I've been playing the newer Dynasty Warriors games. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires and Dynasty Warriors Origins, which I like the Dynasty Warriors Origins because essentially I like the premise of it, but I think they could have done a little bit better because you're pretty much playing as a wanderer from like some secret village where you're supposed to be a guardian of peace. So essentially you choose a hero in the world that is supposed to create peace within the world and whatnot. So like you're supposed to help them get to the top of the food chain there. But like pretty much like you have lost your memories of all that, but it's like you're supposed to be a part of this whole secretive thing, but everybody's just like, oh, hey, it's that guardian of peace from that hidden village that we all know about. And it's like,
The not so hidden village.
Yeah, like they're all talking about it, but they all act like it's some huge secret that nobody else knows but them mention it to you. And it's like, yeah, you're like the 50th person today to bring it up to me. Like,
it's like everybody knows. Hey,
But-
and just that's funny.
but yeah, like other than that, like that little defect in their story, like I do like it. And all that. It like I definitely recommend it. It gives you a little bit of a immersive play. Just like everybody telling you about your secret just is kind of funny.
Like, you know more about me than me.
Yeah, like they tell you your name. Like you don't even remember your own name. They're like, Zillawan? And it's like, who's that? It's like, well, that's you. And it's like, wait, what? Since when? I chose my name when I started playing. Which we all know I named my guy Llama, which was pointless because they never say it, but they'll call me Zillawan.
That'd be I can't even say that right now. Zillawad. Oh yeah, that's really weird. Llama. Yes. How hard is llama?
I don't know.
It's not in the programming of the game.
I give it about a 3, but it's hard to see with my gut in the way.
Oh my god, damn it, llama.
They need to make a game where when you type in your name, the AI actually reads out your name.
Yeah, I like it that I can name my character, like that's within their story, but at the same time, it's like if they're gonna be talking and saying everything else, just choose the name for my character. Just like don't let me name it. Just give them a name. Let them say the name. Like
voice actors, they get more money, get more names they have to say for the characters.
Yeah, make a list of like 50 names or some shit that I can choose from.
Right.
But like it's like when you speak every other word of the game, and then it's just in the closed captioning my name. Like that is a little bit of a pet peeve for me.
I haven't played this Dynasty Warriors style game in a long time. Last time I played one was Samurai Warriors, which is the PS2's or in genre. But I sold them because I got super bored with them.
I got Gundam Dynasty Warriors. I love the hell out of that. All right, but
it's time for our political chat.
I'm out.
all right. Let's check out this first thing.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, it's finally happening, folks.
Little Hive Mind, guys.
Group so this has proof
olagligt att
hiding in Varberg and journalist day of this organization, as well as signaling a new focus on the people actually.
I thought I was tripping out there for a second.
Yeah, I was skipping
This
forward.
is news that obviously the left-wing mainstream media won't cover, so let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks. So here's a really interesting piece from Andy No. According to independent journalist Christian Peterson, 2 of Rose City Antifa's key organizers, that's Johan and Caroline Victorin, have reportedly fled the United States and are now hiding in Varberg, Sweden. Take a look.
Just nu är jag på plats i Varberg, Halland för att försöka få en intervju med Johan och Caroline Victorin som grundade numera
almost like they literally thought they were going to get away with it.
Rose City Antifa.
Fox or international.
Ja, så är det olagligt att grunda en kriminell organisation och riskerar att åtalas för bland annat conspiracy.
This episode brought to you by Duolingo.
Damn it, llama.
Take your next course or that owl will get you. But on that note, I'm actually going to bolt. I am exhausted, and it was a terrible day. I think there was an asshole convention in town, and everybody was running late for it.
Oh, wow. That's a hardcore one. All right, buddy. You have a good one.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Be safe.
Nope.
Fuck you too, Dark Trooper.
Damn it, Llama.
Who puts wine in the freezer?
He just wanted you to say he loved you.
Anyway, back to where we were. Do we have any evidence that these two are part of Antifa?
Yes.
Mhm.
They wrote the books.
Mm.
These are the authors.
The ones being called the ringleaders right now.
And they were admitting and stating it. There's a lot of that. The whole anomaly and acting like they're not there, it wasn't them. It doesn't work anymore.
I don't pay attention to Antifa anyway, so
We do. And it's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the same actors over and over again. People not realizing.
on both sides of the aisle.
The funny thing is, they're like, "Oh, we're allowed to wear masks and do all these horrible things," but the police officers are allowed. No. All right, let's see this one.
It was really disheartening. I received a text from a person who I served with before, and he said to me, he said, you know, it's normal to disagree with the commander in chief. He said, but I don't know if it's normal to be embarrassed by him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I'm embarrassed. You know, and when we take the oath, we take the oath that we are going to follow the Constitution of the United States of America, and we will follow the lawful orders of the commander in chief. It's the same thing, and it's the same very humble responsibility that I take as the commander in chief of the Maryland National Guard. That I know that the Maryland National Guard and the Maryland Air Guard, they move on the command of the commander in chief, that I'm giving them lawful orders. But I also think there's a confidence amongst the members of the Maryland National Guard and the Maryland Air Guard is that I would only ever give lawful orders. And that's the struggle that I think for a lot of members of the military, they're figuring right now, we will follow the commands of our commander in chief. That's the oath we took.
What is he talking about? They're not being told
And I
anything.
think there's a lot of people who right now, when they heard
There are a bunch of military, like the Illinois National Guard,
using American training grounds,
openly questioning and defying orders that Donald Trump is giving because they don't want to get involved in what's going on. They don't
What are
want to
the
be
orders? If you're turning them down and not commanding them, what are the orders? The orders
They're trying to federalize the National Guard, which the Illinois State National Guard said, no, we're not doing that.
if that's just for one, the rest of them are fine with it. And it's more of just not to force it upon people as a fascism or any kind of format. It's here's extra protection for the police and here for the federal buildings, which the federal buildings are supposed to have some federal protection.
The problem is the military is also provoking all these protests because most of these protests are peaceful protests.
No.
Yes, they are.
The morning ones, that's fine. Once they get to the night, the Antifa ones are the ones that are really bad. And there's a lot of that. You have your morning ones, yeah, they're all nice, and it's the old people. And then once it hits nighttime, it's all the young, crazy, kooky people. And then the guys have been leading and directing it, and the secret funding that now has been pulled out and proven. So there's a lot of that. How do they all have uniform? And it's not just I'm wearing all black. No. Like you said, you gotta follow.
Okay, so Australia
But go on.
is safety commissioner is at it again.
Oh, not the safety commissioner.
Yeah.
What's she done this time?
Well, she's trying to get that video. You know that video of that poor girl who was stabbed on the train in America?
Oh, yeah, shocking.
Yeah, well, she's trying to get that geo-blocked in Australia. Well, if she had her way, it would be removed from the internet because she's tried to do that before.
So what's the story behind this? Why is she trying to get this one particular video removed?
Well, I don't know because it's not even that. I mean, look, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
But it's like blurred out and stuff. Now, she's trying to get this geo-blocked in Australia because she's previously tried to, as I said, get stuff removed from the internet in general, like in its entirety. Remember that bishop stabbing in like Wakeley, Sydney?
Oh, yeah, that was awful.
Yeah, she tried to get X to remove that entirely, and they went to court, and the E-Safety Commissioner lost in spectacular fashion.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't it because the video was inciting racial violence or something?
Yeah, something like that. So anyway, let's have a look. Let's go!
Yeah, this is fast forward. The point is, she's trying to silence and cut off people, make it so you can't.
She was appointed by the Turnbull government. That's like 3 fucking prime ministers ago.
Yeah. Why is she still in her bloody job?
Well, I looked this up. She gets appointed for 5-year terms, right?
Okay.
So she got 5 years from like 2017. In 2022, she was appointed again for another 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So her appointment is going to be up in like 2027. But here's the thing. There's no fucking limits on the amount of terms she can serve.
Oh.
So she could hold this office for like fucking 30 years kind of thing. And when she's up for reappointment, the Albanese government
30
is
years on contract.
Oh, no. So she's going to get a whole nother long spell.
Yeah,
Like some worry worth there. These guys live there, so they have to deal with it because it's their tax money. They're like, why are we paying for her to silence people around the world? Like, why? What is with this? Yet people need to know the truth, and every single time it goes against someone's narrative.
There are many different types of truth, Henry. Not just one-sided. There's so many different versions of the same truths.
Oh, there's math. Math is math.
No. In this case, you're right. That this woman should not be dictating what individuals are shown just because it makes her feel uncomfortable.
That the point is she's pushing narratives for certain countries. She's pushing narratives for certain religions that are religions of death, killing people and murdering people for horrible things. That's wrong. You don't do that. And that's just showing the corruption, and that she's trying to defend the corruption. That's
not just the Australian government, all governments.
No, it's that's the whole point. That's why I wanted to show this one today. Was the sheer fact is it's not just in America. The Democratic Party is not just some days in not just partial of the Republicans, mostly Democratic, same thing on the other sides, everywhere else. And it's not just a one side or other side, it's who's being paid off to destroy and disrupt the economies and just killing everybody for one gain over another. There's a problem there.
I can start with the fundamental idea that if somebody's here illegally and they commit crimes, they should be sent to another country's prison. And I'm a libtard. By all standards, I'm a libtard, and I believe that. But that is not what the Trump administration is prioritizing. They have reallocated funds meant for the deportation of criminals towards the deportation of farm workers, the deportation of people going to the courthouse. Trump made a True Social post where he said, all the great farmers of Iowa just called me and said, I'm deporting too many of them. Did that happen? Did he make that True Social post?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Right here is that you always say liberals are taking these 80-20 positions, and you're not quite there, but you're getting closer to the 80-20 position than we are. 70% of Americans
all my slaves
here contributing to the country. And what Donald Trump is doing, one more point, what Donald Trump is doing is criminalizing asylum en masse and prioritizing the deportation of farm workers and other people.
Adam, most of the illegals are asylum seekers, or are they economic?
Wait, no, wait, listen to what you said.
Yeah.
Most of the illegals are asylum seekers. Asylum seeking is not illegal,
No,
Michael.
it's not.
Can I test you guys? If somebody comes over here and seeks asylum,
actually, if they already find out that they've found the dreams that they were supposed to go to different places, and if they've already overstayed, they weren't granted their citizenship.
Yeah, but the thing is that
you've
the
been here.
problem is that the Trump administration is not doing it the right way. He needs to give these people due process. The reason Biden did the exact same thing during his presidency, but you know how the difference is?
He let people in. Biden didn't deport anybody.
Yes, he did. He deported more people than anybody. But he did it the right way. He gave them due process. He gave them a lawyer, and when he proved that they don't belong here, he deported them.
I don't know where your statistics are in that, but no. And
Yeah.
I've looked it up. No. And when it comes to it, he's already brung in, 12 to 20 million illegals. And that's the point, is that you came in the illegal format. You have to go back and come back around. You cut in line. Go back. And they're being deported by our own dime. Thanks to Biden. It's his fault because he was sending them over on planes, which they have proof, which I have sent. So yes, they have.
And because of them being here, they've also been taking health care from our own American citizens as well.
That's not true.
Yo, yes, it is, dude. Hey, was it
It's illegal.
8,000.
They can't do that because it's illegal.
No,
they can't.
You go to an emergency room. They take you. Period. In an emergency area, they take you. Period. They don't care. I've been there.
That thing is that doesn't mean that they just because they get taken into the emergency room does not mean that they get health insurance. They have to still pay for it.
Yeah, no. They go in and then they state that they're this, and this for information, and they just have to write it off at the time. No one's getting paid for that work. They show it all the time. How much? Who's flipping the bill for this? No one. We are. The American taxpayer has to pay this all off. You got to look at where the money is going. Follow the money, and you find out where the answers are. A lot of that stuff's a lie. I love it. They show it because you only get like one or two sources to the several that are actually proving opposite. Not trying to be a dick, but look at penis.
They actually just recently, at a press conference, just recently brought up all the stats on it and everything.
Next video.
Well, yeah, let's go to it.
Okay, so a man with 200 explosives and a leftist manifesto was arrested outside the Supreme Court event at a church. And the response everybody's making is, when will this stop? Allow me to just sit back and say, you know what's funny is I get these liberals, they're still tweeting like, Tip Who keeps saying Civil War. And I'm like, gee, I wonder why. Maybe it's because a leftist drove a bunch of explosive to a Supreme Court church event. And what assumption must we make? But I can throw that away and just say, I don't know, 2 terror attacks on ICE in one day in Chicago, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the shooting up of ICE vehicles killing the detainees, the Portland riots. Heavens to
there are no riots in Portland.
Strife.
There are riots in Portland. You haven't seen the videos that I have shared that have showed up that were strict. You didn't see that?
People asking
being attacked.
I'm not here to do a bunch of shows, right? I'm in
hey, did you your blind lying eyes?
But now we're seeing all these things, and we're like, maybe we should have listened to what you had to say.
I showed you several videos, and you just ignored them.
No, you posted them. I don't have to.
And you ignore. No, they're the ones even here that we've played. The guys being attacked and the snipers pointing at them, and you're like, oh, they shouldn't be doing that. You're defending. They just shouldn't be.
That was a peaceful protest. The only thing that was not peaceful is that woman who yeah, they're right. They shouldn't have
You don't even know what partially peaceful protest fire in the background. That is riots. Do you not know a definition of a riot?
There is no fires. There was no fire.
They set an American flag on fire.
No, there was fire. There was people being attacked. There was people being hit. If you wore something of anything that would go against them, they assaulted you. If you wore anything Trump or anything else, they'd attack you. They'd surround you. They'd chase you out. They showed all that. They showed a lady getting attacked. They showed it all.
They're attacking the ICE officers themselves. They're trying to kill them.
Spitting at them, hitting them, breaking the law. It's not okay to break the law.
Mm-mm.
You followed.
So what? You're okay with ICE officers breaking the law?
They're not breaking the law. They're
Yes,
following
they are.
orders.
They are arresting. They are detaining. They arrested a guy, the same guy, twice, and he's suing them.
And he's been proven wrong. There's still they can still go over court over and over again. He's still been proven wrong. And even with that, how many people they found out that were illegals? Thousands, if not millions, if not more. There was a guy that was working in a school for 15 years under somebody else's name, finding out he was an illegal. And we already posted that last week. And you just shrugged it off. Didn't even look at the information. You just, I don't know how you can just ignore looking at other information that proves the opposite of a narrative. I look at all the directions. I look at your videos and read them and watch them and go, okay, I'm going to look into it. Oh, well, this has a dead end. And I look at the other stuff. Oh, it's fabricated. Half the stuff you're just listening to talking points. I'm not trying to be rude about it. Some of the stuff you got point on, but other stuff, no. Those were riots in Portland. Those were attacks. Those were assaults. Vehicles got damaged. People got hurt. Cops got hurt. Innocent people got attacked and assaulted that were just being there. There's videos of guys being attacked just because they were wearing a shirt that didn't even represent Trump or anybody else, but then they got punched or hit. So they hit back and laid them out. And then everybody's like, oh, why'd you hit him? You should arrest him. No. Or they're arresting the journalists that are showing what's happening.
After they got assaulted themselves.
And they have the video proof. They've been assaulted. And all they were doing is I'm just recording here. Hey, you're not supposed to record here. Actually, I can. It's a public area. They don't want you to record because you're about to do something illegal. And they don't want to get caught, so they're going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
I've lived the world of violence.
Is on fire. Portland's been on fire for years. I really think that's really criminal insurrection.
President Trump's description of Portland isn't quite what we're seeing on the ground here. I talked to many locals who told me they don't see their city as what President Trump has described as war ravaged.
What I've seen is mostly been pretty chill in the daytime. Once nighttime happens, things get a little bit spicier sometimes when the feds fire off some gas. But for the most part, probably the chillest I've seen a protest be in Portland in my entire time living here.
I feel like it's just an excuse to
buffering.
send troops to, honestly, the city, and Portland is really peaceful. I think it's being portrayed in a lot worse way than it actually is.
We've even seen Trump and his supporters out here in the crowds as well, thanking federal officers.
Also, we shouldn't be having bounties on ICE agents
for their work.
The protests in Portland continue outside this ICE facility. Most of it contains to just this one area, this stretch, this driveway is where all the videos and all the photos of the clashes between federal law enforcement officials and some of the protesters. This is all happening as a federal judge.
military. The military is following their job and what they're doing. They're only supposed to back up the police. You guys have been assaulting the police. It's not okay to throw bricks at cops for no reason. It's not okay to hurt or harm somebody for no reason. You shouldn't be allowed to just attack somebody just because. The cops are doing self-defense. They're not coming in and running in and just assaulting. There's no videos of that. Looked it up everywhere. The cops only respond accordingly. They're not even using live rounds. They use rubber bullets.
No, they're using pepper bullets.
Not live rounds. There's a difference. They're also using gas and everything and spray and pepper spray. They're doing non-lethal or just pulling you in and detaining you. Like the one guy that was attacking people and spraying people with a bunch of paint. They arrested him. And he started freaking out because they
Some
caught
people were also worried that this violence could lead into an actual declaration of war, which that non-lethal then goes lethal.
Yep. And that's something that's the problem is there's a lot of issues there should not be having a problem with. That's something I worry about because I think that all of us can live in peace, but here's the problem with that. We have to communicate accordingly. Find out what's pushing this. And it's follow the money. Every time people follow the money, though, they die.
Closest we found is that there is connection between Antifa and Hamas.
Yep. It's a destabilization that's been happening at a higher point, which here's the funny thing is who's funding them? When you find out, it's the goddamn actual original blooded of the Nazis that now own a lot of shit behind closed doors. What can you do about it? They own almost everything. No, if they're watching us, they're laughing at us right now because they're like, hey, look, they almost got it. But they can't. There's still other steps they're missing. Yes, there's more steps on that chessboard because we're not playing one board.
Okay.
I just don't think you actually look into that stuff. You always just listen to one side. And if you listen to one side, you dull yourself to the other side instantly. You need to look at all the sides. Kind of like the meme. It shows the guy in the middle that's like me. Hey, this is talk it out. And it shows the guy blue shove the guy into the red circle. Why are you on his side now? You shoved me over here. The hell? That's what the issue is on that side about things. Is I'm not on. I hate both sides. I like both sides and then dislike different points of views. I've been on both sides. That's why I sit in the middle. But I have to defend one side properly. And when it comes to that stuff and riots and Antifa and knowing people, and I actually know people, when it comes to this stuff, yeah. And there's guys in the grounds on both sides that talk to me. And it's scary. And I just keep saying the neutral grounds. Don't do bad things. This, and this. Try to be nice. Try to be respectful. Try to talk it out. They're not letting me talk. That's usually what's happening. Certain tactics that are being done. If you watch those riots, what were they doing? Intimidation. Flashing lights in people's eyes that give you seizures. A second that they didn't like you, they start surrounding you and shoving you and say, oh, don't touch me, don't touch me. Oh, you're touching me. No, you never touched. They ran into you purposely and said you touched them, and they start assaulting you. And then their group of buddies start assaulting you as well. Or the one girl that got her freaking eye all busted open because the girl with the flagpole hit her in the face. Sadly, the cop let her go. They let the girl go that hit her in the face. And they proved who it was and everything. And they ran off into one of the safe houses that they knew was an Antifa safe house, which is a drug binge area where a lot of druggies are, which they feed a lot of drugs to them, and they go out there and do stupid, bad things to make your side look bad. You got a bunch of bad actors teaching all the rest to be bad actors. And they're mostly bad people. You have your good ones in the morning that make things look good, and they propagandize you guys and show you guys the nice ones. And then when it gets later on, you see the bad ones. You barely ever see the actual Antifa stuff happening during the day. It's usually at night. Why do you think they're wearing all black? Harder to determine, figure out. They run away. They blend in. It's all tactics. It's like the rebels versus the soldiers. It's just the bad thing is you depict one as bad no matter which one. I'm looking at both sides going, there's innocent people on both sides, but there's a lot of bad people in there too. But there's people more waving on one side. A scale is tipping way too much on one side. It needs to be respected. Once the violence happened with the whole Charlie Kirk assassination murder thing, everything was an open flood for a lot of these bad people going, oh, if we can get away with that, we can get away with everything else. No, that's bad. No. The second you do that, the people that are holding back and praying and being nice and respectful are going to let loose, and you're going to find out who's scarier, who's meaner, who is more dangerous, who has more teeth. 100%, the people on the right have more teeth. They will win. Period. In a fight. You're like, oh, we have numbers in cities. Yeah, you're bombarded and locked in cities. What happens when we cut your food line off and you start killing each other? And then we wait for you to come out and we pop, pop, pop. Like, they don't understand that. And it goes for both sides. And then there's people in the middle like me going, I'm just going to end up oops and dead because on both sides. Someone's going to kill somebody and I'm going to get in the crosshairs and the crossfire. I don't want that. I'd rather us just all sit together and talk about it, but we can't. Some of these people won't. They refuse. And it's rare to have somebody in the middle to talk about it. You need 3 people in a room to sit and have a conversation because 2 always ends in a fight. Mm-hmm. Even in a fight, it's never 2 people in the ring. There's a damn referee. Mm-hmm. That's a third person all the time. Anybody with logic and understanding will know that. MMA, and kickboxing, boxing, even swimming, there are refs. Those guys are just standing out following the rules. Soccer, football, all that stuff has a ref. The third person that checks hold. We don't get that anymore. We don't get the understanding of it. It's a triforce. To truly understand both sides, to be on both sides at one point in time and suffer the violence of both sides, which I have. And I know. I would rather be in the middle and understand. Mm-hmm. Mixed together party instead of the constant fluctuation of a pushback. It's for the people, by the people, of the people. This is something that is needed more than anything these days. We need 3 parties in the actual solid, like, solidarity. They're always having 2. You always say, oh, there's others. Cool. What do you see on TV? What do you see in the news? What do you hear about? The Democrats or Republicans? Your side, my side. No. When I go for even both, I agree and disagree with both sides in different manners. For you, Dark Trooper, there are certain things I disagree with, certain things I do agree with. I just look at more things than you do. Why do you think sometimes you see me irritated at times? It's not you, it's the world and the things going on. It's the people being stupid. Mm-hmm. And then there's the other side too, and I shake my head on why. I understand violence. I thrived in it when I fought. I loved it. But it's not an end all be all. We don't need. Violence
should be only used as a last resort to defend yourself.
That's all it should be for. And it's more for we should be protecting ourselves and our own country, not fighting each other. Because if we fight each other, we're going to get weak. We get weak, the enemy sees it. The enemy comes in, they destroy us. The enemy is already here. They're partially in. They're waiting. And then when they start seeing us fight each other, they're coming in to get us all. And then how can we defend ourselves when we're fighting each other as well? We're always watching our back and don't know who to trust. America was strong because we were united. Even with difference of opinion, we were still united. And that's what scared other countries for a long time. You had your Democrats, you had your Republicans, and everybody else, and sometime a third party. No, we need a solid third party to show that there's a constant flux. There should always be, because there's actually more people in the middle than you would realize than there are on the left or the right. When it comes to, we don't want to have to choose lesser of 2 evils. I voted for Obama because I wouldn't vote for Hillary. It was no, with a side of no, and then she switched sides.
Yeah, you're right.
In a heartbeat. And that was the point. Why do you want to vote for? And then the next time was no, I'm not dealing with that. I voted for people at the time that were right because they had certain policies, certain things to correct, because we need to correct things. The only way to correct it sometimes is you have to sometimes be a dick. Why not have the person that was professionally good at it? He knows what the hell he's doing when it comes to being like, hey guys, I'm an ass. But we need for other people to do the same. And like here, chaotic era odyssey. The world is chaotic, yes. It's our era now. It's a new odyssey. There's a time and a place of understanding. And we all need to push for this and get this like a conversation out there, dialogue. Sadly, you shot the most peaceful person there was for dialogue. How many people can say they don't lose their temper over something? There's very, very, very few. Especially having solid like facts or information. If they get embarrassed, they don't shy. It's rare. Everybody has a tell usually. You can pay attention to certain people. I've watched many videos for many hours of people and listening and everything, just diagnosing how they act. That's why I pay attention to everybody else when it comes to even our channel, our talks. I notice little reactions, hints, movements, voice changes. I do voice acting. There's a point. I know how to change my tone and change whatever I want. Kind of sucks.
But do we have any final statements before we end it for tonight?
Tune in on Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Rolling to Die podcast. Our DM, our Henry the Heartsmace, our DM is going. What are we doing next week?
So, for this Sunday, you have connected and intertwined the 3 stories of the Doomcrawlers, the Blood Saints, and the Dwarven Kingdom. As they intertwine, they finally get to face off against one of the biggest bosses in D&D to fight, which is a whole mimic. Just how can you say army, pretty much. I have every kind of
fishy on the outside and inside, hard and as rock on the outside.
Castle itself, to the mimic dragon, to the creators who made the mimics, and just any kind of funny thing you could think of, to a table, to a spoon, to a bag of holding. All could be a mimic, even armor or a person or a house. And I have many things that are, even a horse carriage, and many toilets. I feel so bad for you guys. You don't know what's going to happen. But yes, we're going to have that for Rolling to Die. And just remember that we'll see you there. And for every Wednesday, show up, please, for 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Chaotic Minds. And then remember that we have our Grey Mercenaries GMK for our combat performance arts, doing performances and combat for movies and stuntmen.
And there's me. I've got my DJ Thunderbase project going on under Sundabisu Productions. Coming out on October 25th. You can expect my second Halloween album releasing this year, called Blood Moon.
And Chaotic Minds.
Remember to tune in every Wednesday from 9 p.m. to around 11 for a new episode of the Chaotic Minds. We look forward to seeing you all there, and thank you for joining us. Once again, I'm DJ Thunderbase saying thank you and good night.